In the last video, we took the car from a bare painted shell, under-sealed the whole chassis, got the wiring loom in, got the engine in, and even got it running. And we fitted a lot more parts to the car as well, so we've made a lot of progress. Here's a little reminder of what the car used to look like and a little recap on everything we've done up until this point, getting the donut car, fitting the chassis legs, fixing the rear quarter, and so much more. Now, one of the most important things that we didn't fit in the last video on the M4 is the carbon fiber roof, and we've done something a little bit special with the roof. We're actually going to paint the roof, which I don't think anyone's probably done on one of these cars. Connor really wanted to paint the roof, and I was not against it at all. I thought it was a really good idea. We've done a blue pinstripe down the middle of the roof, just like the CS has it with red, but I didn't want to copy the CS and do it red. And the interior is blue, so it goes with the blue interior anyway. And then we've also ran another little yellow stripe on the inside of the blue, and it just looks crazy. And we've done the same pearlescent throughout the whole roof as the car. So not only is the car got this mad pearlescent on it, so does the roof, which is really cool. It's definitely going to be 101, and I think it looks mint. It goes really well with the interior. We've colour matched all of these braces, which you would have seen, in the same colour as the car, so they look mint. Even this one that you're not going to see, we painted that one as well, just because why not? And the interior as well just looks insane, like the blue bucket seats with the rear door cards as well. It's just so nice, this interior. I think that's got to be one of the nicest interiors you can get on a G80. But first thing on the agenda today is to get this rear bumper all built back up. You can see it's painted in the colour, it looks really nice. I don't know if the gold sparkle comes up on camera. It's hard to catch it under certain lighting. Once we get the car outside, once it's driving and stuff, you'll have a much better idea of what the colour looks like. I've got this carbon fibre rear diffuser for the rear bumper. This didn't burn, so this is like all from my original car. It's actually all genuine BMW carbon. My car originally, before it was burnt, had loads of genuine carbon on it. It had the front splitter, side skirts, had a lot of it. So, yeah, unfortunately. You can kind of see what the colour will look like here on the bumper, since it's shining right at the light. So you can see it a bit better there. But the only thing that's a shame about this rear bumper is this little bit here is gloss black, so I'm going to have to get a carbon one of them. I am just going to quickly give this a wipe down as well because it's a bit dirty. This colour complements the carbon fibre so well. It's going to look so good once we get all the carbon on the car. That bumper line is perfect, where we've replaced the quarter. Oh yes, yes. In the last video we installed the rear door cards, but I never got a chance to install the rear seat bench. So you can see I'm just installing all the seats here, and these two little panels which go in the corners between the door cards and the seats. Right, the last piece now is the rear seat bench. Oh, look at this interior. It's so good. Look at that. The blue is so nice. I don't care what anyone says. I think this is the best interior. We've colour matched this brace as well. Painted in the same colour as the car. That goes across the front here, and we've also done that one at the back, like I said in the last video. So all the braces in the engine bay are colour matched, which is really cool. It's going to look sick. Oh my god, this is what we're doing. Oh my god. Look at that roof! Look at that roof! With the seats! You actually can't tell me that's not sick. We fitted the doors to the car in the last video, but I still need to fit the wing mirrors, so I'm starting to fit the wing mirror on the passenger side here. So we're going to do this on both sides, and I've also got the little speakers to install. And then I also just renewed all of the little clips on the door card to make sure it's properly secured, and then I can start to clip it onto the door. just installed that wing mirror on the passenger side, but I'm a bit torn what to do because I did buy a new wing mirror for the driver's side, but I'll show you. I've also got this burnt one. So we've got the burnt one from my burnt car, and we've got a good one here. But I think this is pretty cool. So I don't know. I think I'm going to put it on the car now and just see what it looks like. I know some people might say it's going to let the car down, but it's like, that's a bit of history, isn't it? So I might put this back on. Oops. I just installed it on the car, but I didn't press record. This is what it looks like though. But it's just whether the water's going to get inside and damage it, but I don't think it will. Obviously that lens is, the glass is smashed, so I'll need to replace the glass. But if that indicator still works, I'll be shocked. Should we test it? It actually works. That's actually ridiculous. I didn't think it was going to work. I mean, there's no reason why it shouldn't, but I don't know, maybe it melted inside or something. That's actually mad that that survived the fire. I don't know how it's survived. I also had Connor paint the brackets which attach to the car in the engine bay and all of the bolts, just so that they're all painted in the same colour as the car, like they would be from factory. There's 2 brackets at the front of the car and there's 2 more down each side. They're mainly for where your wings bolt into, and at the front they're for your headlights too. So I've got the windscreen guy on his way now. He's going to come glue the roof in. We're going to get that in today, and once that's done, we're going to put all the rest of the other windows in. So we've got the windscreen, we've got the rear screen, and the 2 rear quarter glasses. And I think once all the glass goes in the car, it's going to look like it's basically done, because it just looks quite crazy right now that it's got no windows in. But once all the windows go in, I'm sure it's going to look way different. I did also have these little plastic clips to put onto the car. They just run down the side of the roof, you can see there, and they're for the trim to clip into, which runs down your roof. There's one on each side, and this is how they were from factory. They were just pushed into the bonding. Now, I quickly want to interrupt the video just to ask you if anybody has any crash damaged cars, because I myself am looking for some more projects, and Second Gears is where you should be listing your cars for sale. So whether you've got a crash car or it's just a car with generic issues, you're better off selling it on Second Gears, because you'll make more money selling it on Second Gears, because the chunk of money that the auction company will normally take will go into your pocket instead, because there's no fees. It's completely free to list on there. And if it's something that I'm interested in, I might even buy it myself. If you're a business selling damaged or repairable cars, you're better off selling them on Second Gears as well, because it's just a cleaner way of moving stock. You'll save yourself so much money on the fees. Or if you're a buyer, somebody like myself who's just looking for a project, join the Second Gears network and save yourself on all of the crazy auction fees. I've just made it to Manchester, to MTIGER, because this is where I sold my original gearbox to. So I need my original mechatronics out of my gearbox. So I'm just swapping them with the one that I've just removed from the gearbox in my car. What do you do here? You just do like engine rebuilds and all that sort of stuff, don't you?
BMW, everything.
Just anything BMW.
I don't like taking small jobs, you know, when somebody rings me about this.
You heard the man, he doesn't like small jobs. He does engine rebuilds, timing chains, all that sort of stuff. So if you got any big engine jobs you want doing, he's your man, so make sure to check him out. He's got some crazy cars as well. I'll show you his cars in a second, but this is what we needed to get from him. This is the gearbox ECU, so this attaches to the mechatronics inside of the gearbox, and you can see how many cars he's actually got inside here. He's got loads of cars on the go.
This motor was dead, so he's going to get a new turbo for you.
Yeah, this is his M4, look at it. Full carbon back end. Boot lid, rear bumper, obviously carbon roof, it's got carbon doors. Carbon wings, carbon bonnet. It's even got a carbon front bumper. Full carbon fibre front end. This thing is absolutely crazy. And he's got carbon bucket seats inside, if that doesn't make it any better. Nuts, this thing. I came down and seen it before, but I never seen it with all the carbon stuff on it. It looks mad. Mine's going to look a bit similar to this. It's not going to have as much carbon as this does, like, but it's going to have quite a few similar parts on it. Look at that front bumper. It's like Adro style, but then it's also full carbon. So because the gearbox in this car isn't from my original car that the modules are from, the car won't go into gear because the gearbox has to be coded to the car. And you can't actually change the coding on these gearboxes yet. So what I've had to do is take the sump off of the bottom of the gearbox, take the mechatronics out of the inside, and then attached to the mechatronics here, this little black plate. This is the TCU, which is your transmission control unit. So that's what holds sort of the data in the gearbox. So what I've had to do was go down to MTIGER in Manchester. That's who I sold my first original gearbox to from my car. So he actually had my original TCU inside of that gearbox. So I've went down, he's given me that back. So now when I put this back into my mechatronics here, so I need to swap these two around, and then I need to put that back into the gearbox, and then it should be right to my car. Fingers crossed. Let's get the ECU swapped over on the mechatronics, and then I basically just need to bolt that back up into the car. So that's the old one removed. So I'm going to put that to the side, and then we need to just put this one onto here. There was quite a few bolts which held it in, but I just looked at the one which was already removed to see where all the bolt holes were, and then there's just one electrical connector to plug in. I did clean everything down, including the bolts. I wanted to make sure everything was spotless. There was a little arm which has to be pushed over into place before we can lift the mechatronics into the car. You can just see it there. We just had to push that little arm over whilst I lifted it up, and then we could start to put the bolts in. I'm just threading them in here. I'm not even nipping them up. I went back round with a ratchet to tighten them up properly, and there was one little sensor to plug in up there. And also this big cylinder thing, I'm not sure what it is. I'm guessing it's a solenoid of some sort. But there was 3 bolts holding this in. This was one of them. And there was one electrical connector too. Then I can go around and evenly tighten up all of the bolts. And finally go around and clean and wipe down all the surfaces for the gasket to mate to. Also, I forgot to mention, I massively messed up with the gearbox oil. I just drained the gearbox oil thinking, oh, I'll just put new oil in. Didn't think anything of it. Even though it only had 6,000 miles, when the oil came out, it was literally brand new. I could have just caught it in a bucket and used it again, which I should have done because I rang BMW, and each bottle of gearbox oil is 1 litre, right? And it's £54 per bottle with after VAT. And I need 10 bottles, so that's like 550 quid in bloody fluid, which I was not going to spend. So I got this online for £20 a bottle. So I spent £200. This is the manufacturer of the gearbox, ZF. So I got the ZF8 fluid because it's a ZF8 gearbox. It should be the right fluid. No, it definitely is. I double, triple checked. I've done a lot of research making sure it was the exact same specification of oil, which it is. I'm guessing BMW probably just put the same stuff in a different bottle, but yeah, who knows? Me and Connor struggled to get this gearbox fluid through this device. Honestly, I'm not sure what it was, but it was just so hard to push through, but we managed to get it through until it started to drip. So in the last clip, we just filled up the gearbox fluid until it was pouring out, but I can't properly fill the gearbox up until I get the engine running upper temperature, and then when it starts to pour out, because it has to be running to do it properly. Since I had an extra pair of hands here to help me, I could finally put the exhaust on the car, so we just guided it up to where the cats come down from the engine. I slid it onto those studs, got those bolts in, and then started to put all the hangers on. So the main things holding the car up right now is the missing bonnet and wings, which we can't do anything about because they're not coming for a couple of weeks. And then the modules for the car. So to get it running, I borrowed a set of modules off someone who had a breaker car. But they're no good to me anyway because they don't have the right VIN, and I want everything with this car to be perfect. And the only way to get my VIN on these modules is to buy them brand new from BMW. So that's what I've done. And it was almost £3,000 for the modules that I needed. So it was really expensive. But it's the right way of doing things, and it's sort of the only option I had because the car's so new, you can't get into these modules to actually program any of your own data. So it has to come from the dealer already programmed. So that was what I had to do. So before I drain the oil, I'm going to remove the filler cap because it just lets the air come out. When you drain the plug, it drains a bit better. And then for the oil filter, it sits over here behind this coolant reservoir. So I'm going to have to just take off these 2 bolts at the back and then move this out of the way, and then I can get to the oil filter housing just down there. I don't know if you can see it.
might have some mixed opinions, but I've went for Miller's 5W40. BMW recommends 0W40, I think, but I'm going to be taking this one stage 2 and modifying it a bit, and I personally prefer using 5W40, so I'm going to use 5W40. And it calls for 7 litres, so I've got 2 bottles, one here and one here, so 5 out of one, 2 out of the other. I'll have a bit left over for when I have loads of oil leaks.
I got this radiator on the front of the car, brand new. This one's for the gearbox, but you can see it's got a bit of damage on it there. So I've got a brand new one, and I'm just going to quickly replace this, and then we're going to get the rest of the radiators put in. So there's just 2 bolts which holds the rad pack in. There's one down there, if you can see it through that little hole. And then it's the same again on this side. Now I just need to connect up all the coolant hoses. There's one here at the bottom. There's one here on the side. There's another one here at the top. And there's another one here on this side. And then also this electrical connector I need to connect up. Earlier in the video, we glued the carbon roof onto the car, but we couldn't put the windscreen and the rear screen in straight away because obviously the windscreen sort of overlaps onto the roof. So we had to let that dry first. But now that's dry, we can install the windscreen.
Here's the top edge. Top edge again, yeah. That's the one, and I'll just slide out.
So I had the windscreen guy come round yesterday and he glued the roof in, and then now he came round today and we'll put the windscreen in. We've done all the other glass as well, and it just looks absolutely like a different car. Like, it looks almost done now with all the window glass in. It's actually crazy. I've got a list of things that we need to do, but it's not a very long list. Like, the car is actually almost done if you look at it. Obviously in the last clip we put all the rad pack in, and I just need to put the slam panel on now, which I've got over here. I had to get a new one of these. I did buy one, but I broke it accidentally. And this piece just sits on there like so. And then this brace goes over the top of that like so. But right now, what I want to do is this wiring loom right here. You can see all these clips. They're broken. So what I did was I've bought a bag of clips just like those. If anything, these ones are better because they're black, so they're going to blend in with the wiring loom a bit more. So I'm going to just cut all of these old clips off and then use these ones instead, just so this wiring loom can be in all the correct places. The wiring loom's perfectly fine on everywhere else on the car. It's literally just these ones right here. So I'm going to get all those changed out now.
Right, that wiring loom is all secure now. If you can see, all them clips are in. And they look better than the original ones did because they're black. The original ones were like yellow, so they stuck out like a sore thumb.
One of the most amazing things about this car that I feel like everyone has to appreciate when I take it to places, like I'm going to take this car to shows and stuff so people can see it, is how every single little inch of the car, every bracket, every brace, everywhere that wouldn't really be painted from factory is painted on this car, and that's all thanks to Connor. He wanted to go the extra mile and painting this. Like, he's basically painted the whole car as a favour, and he's helped us with a lot of stuff on the car, even as far as painting the carbon roof. Like, he just wanted to do that because he's went so far with painting everything else. He's like, you've got to do something with the roof, which I was completely on board with, but I didn't want to give him too much extra work, but he's had no problem with doing it for us. So I'm obviously unbelievably grateful for that. And you just don't even know, like, when this car was burned, who's going to let you keep a burned smelly mess in the garage. Like, he didn't have a problem with letting us use the garage and keeping my car there when it was burnt because I didn't have anywhere else to put it, and working on it, stripping it, bloody sandblasting it, getting his place a mess. So thank you, Connor. Literally, probably, definitely, actually 100% wouldn't have been possible without your help. So yeah, thank you very much. He's literally done the paint in the engine bay, like all here that you can see on the chassis legs, the same as you would do on the outside of the car. Like, he's put the pearlescent in all of the paint, on the firewall, everywhere. If you can see it on camera, I'm not too sure, but it looks mint. Like, you're not gonna get a car like this unless you paint it from a bare shell, which is obviously what we've done, which nobody's gonna have on a car this new. And the roof is just mad. Like, look at it with the stripes and also the gold in the roof, in the carbon. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it just goes with the seats, doesn't it? It looks really cool.
I'm taking the wheels back off because I need to remove this radiator on both sides of the car just to get to the bolts for the slam panel.
So now that I've removed all those bolts, the slam panel should just slide in. Look at this as well. This is really cool. What I've got right here, I might have showed you already, but I don't know if I have. Look at this colour matched panel. Ooh, oh yeah. That looks pretty good if you ask me. Right, that's both the headlights in and the front panel, and like, it's pretty much looking like a car now. Look at that, man. All them braces colour matched, look so good as well. I've never seen anyone with that many of them colour matched. This is definitely unique, that's for sure. I know that people are gonna be probably upset with these headlights. They're like love or hate. Everyone likes the lasers, but I do really like these. And I wanted to make this one look like a 2025, so that's what I've kind of went with, all the LCI stuff. But yeah, that's the headlights in. Looking pretty good.
So I've just been down to BMW to collect some of the parts that I needed. I got this air duct from the front that I was missing, a few of the under tree pieces. I've got this wiring repair for this plug here, which goes to this sensor on the top of the engine. But you can see there's 3 wires here, and I don't know which wire goes to the first, second and third pin on the plug. But this is where I'm very lucky, because I've got an M3 sat outside with the exact same engine, so I can just go look at the plug on that one, see which colour wire goes to which pin, and straightforward enough. I don't have to bother looking at wiring diagrams and stuff, so quite lucky there. So we're going to get this wire repaired now. If you remember in the last video, I was missing this air guide, so I got this one from BMW, and that was one of the last things I needed for the front end. So I've installed that, and then I borrowed this bonnet and one wing from somebody I know that had this lying around because he bought a full front end and he didn't use these parts. So I'm just going to use them now to fit onto my car, see how everything lines up, and I'm going to return them to him afterwards.
So we've just put that bonnet and wing onto the M4 and it's looking a lot better, but I need a front bumper and I need the other wing. And I've actually been in talks with someone for the past like month or so, a girl called Eva from KCW Body Shop, and she had this bumper. They've given me it for a really good price, so thank yous to use. But we're gonna get this put on the car now, and it's gonna make it look a whole of a lot different. It does also have this little carbon splitter on it, but it's damaged unfortunately, so I won't be using that. But this bumper is in pretty good condition. The only damage it had was right here, and you can see we've repaired it a little bit. Just put some staples on the inside in there. So that's solid now, and it'll be fine. So yeah, let's get this on the car. Oh, I'm really, really interested to see how it lines up with the bonnet, because obviously I've changed both of the chassis legs. So this is gonna be like the moment of truth right here. Right. Oh. Wow. So I've literally just chucked the bonnet on and I lined it up with the wing a little bit, and we've literally just slapped that front bumper on there. I've not done any adjustments on any of the front panel or anything. And look how the bonnet is sitting with the bumper. That is insane. Like, it's practically lined up perfectly and I've not had to do anything. Like, I'm not going to have to adjust any of the front panel, and that was the main thing I was worried about. That's why I went and got this bonnet and the wing to make sure that everything fits, because I just wanted to test for everything, because obviously I'm still waiting for my carbon panels. So I just wanted to see like how big the gap was here, because I thought I might have had an awful gap here, because obviously we've changed both of the chassis legs. Like, that's massive structural work. So for everything to line up perfectly as it does right here is just absolutely insane. Like, I'm not going to have to do any adjustment. Like, this is all going to be staying factory, which is just mint. I'm absolutely over the moon with that. Like, anyone who does bodywork knows that is really, really good for that gap to be how it is right now without any adjustment. Like, I'll show you, I've not even bolted any of the bumper in. That's just where it's sitting. Like, that's pretty crazy. That is really, really crazy. My M3 that I've just fixed was worse than that. Like, I had to fiddle on with the M3 bonnet gap a little bit to get it perfect. And I can tell you right now, I'm not gonna have to really fiddle on with this whatsoever, which is just mint. And then obviously the bit where we've repaired it here, if I can get it in there, you can see, that looks fine. Because we've done the repair on the inside, but it looks perfectly fine there. We just need a little bit of body work, but that is fine. So I'm absolutely buzzing with that. Great. The underside of the car is pretty much done now. We've got most of the under trays on, got the exhaust in. I just need to put the front under trays and stuff on, but they're not going to go on until the very, very end. But the majority of the underside is complete. And what I've just done is I've actually swapped the wheels out from my M3. Let me know your opinions on what you think about these wheels. I personally prefer these ones to the other ones. Now, one of the other main things that we're waiting for is the dashboard inside. Obviously, I'm missing the dashboard because I'm getting my dashboard custom trimmed. You'll have to just wait until it's done to see what I'm doing to it. But the door card, if you remember, this was missing because my donor car, the driver's door was completely ripped off, so the door card was destroyed. And one of these door cards from BMW is over £2,000, which I was not prepared to pay. So I went to Kish Trim, someone local to me in Sunderland, really good at what he does. He's retrimmed this door card. I supplied him a white one, and I also give him my destroyed blue one. And out of the two door cards, he got some leather, replicated it, and he's made this, which is honestly as good as original. He's used the exact same leather that BMW uses, and I couldn't be more happy with it. It is literally perfect. So we're going to get that put on the driver's door now. And then that's one step closer to the interior being done. It's literally just the dashboard we need after that. The dash can go in, and then I can put the headliner and stuff in. So yeah, let's get that door card onto this door now. But yeah, right now I'm just waiting on all the rest of my carbon stuff to come. We're still waiting on the dash, and I still need to get the modules programmed. The modules have all arrived now, so I just need to get the coder to come and program everything. So that's probably not going to be done for another few weeks, because obviously I'm still waiting on the deliveries for them parts. But once all that stuff comes, the car's literally going to be done. So I'm going to say about 3 or 4 weeks from after this video uploaded, the car's going to be fully done. So in the next video, that's going to be the final video of the M4, but we've still made a lot of progress in this video. Got most of the front end done, and obviously all the glass in, the roof on, most of the interior on, the back end. It's looking really, really good now. It's looking really good. And I have also got a different set of wheels, which I will reveal in the next video, and I've took them to JS Autoworks. He's going to be changing the color on them, which you'll see in the next video. So yeah, that's going to be it for this one. Hope you've enjoyed. Don't forget also to like the video and also subscribe. That helps out massively. But I'll see you next Thursday for a video on a different car.